Teach your children well. Their father's hell did slowly go by.
Hey, Boker Tov, everybody. All right, since it's very possible. Let me get rid of this. Happy Pride, everybody. Yellow Day. This might be the last one of these we have for a while. So I'm going to say Boker Tov. People in the classrooms, you need to say it really loud. And then I'm going to say it again for the people in this tent to say it really loud. And then one last time for you guys to say it really loud. You got it? Got it. Good. So Boker Tov. Awesome. Now, this group, 1, 2, 3, Boker Tov! Boker Tov! Now the last call and response, Boker Tov Brandeis! Boker Tov! I think they heard it on the other side of San Rafael. Nice work, team. Excellent. So, it's a special day. Boker Or. Thank you, Jennifer Grossman. God, I love the chat. That was for you, Natan. Okay. So, today is a special, special day. Besides the fact that we're end of the year and at our final Tefillah, we are also honoring the 8th graders. They are awesome. Now, I know we're not supposed to pick favorites, and they're not my favorite, but gosh, as 8th grades go, this is a really amazing 8th grade. I gotta say a couple things about them. The first and most important thing that I'm gonna say about them, which I think counts for the whole school, is the resilience of this class. This has been a year. A different kind of year, let's just say. And this class has rolled with the punches amazingly. Now, here's the thing. In class this year, and y'all can remember, we've been studying Bamidbar, which is in the desert. Thank you very much. The desert or the wilderness. And in the wilderness, people are lost. They're confused. They don't know what's ahead of them, right? There's a lot of anxiety. It's the desert. Things can be weird. There could be no water. Wild animals could show up. Amalek, we don't love them, right? Amalek. Thank you very much. So this is bad stuff, and they're wandering through the desert, and it could be really unpredictable. But they make it through. Not everybody. It can be rough, and in fact, we're just this weekend in the Parsha about the spies, which this 8th grade loves that story, but it doesn't turn out great for everyone. But in the end, when they get to the Promised Land, when Moses gets them right up to Israel, they make it. They make it because they stick together. They make it because they care about their community and they give service to the community. They make it because they have faith. They have faith in their group. They have faith in God. They have faith in the world. They know that they're going to get through it. And they have a brit, which is a what? Covenant. Thank you. See, they're all being quizzed right now. A covenant. And that covenant is with each other as well with God. They're caring for each other. They're making sure every single person makes it out of the wilderness to the Promised Land at the end. And gosh, guys, we're almost there. We're looking over the Promised Land. Now, they knew things were going to improve because when we no longer are able to change our situation, we are challenged to change ourselves. Viktor Frankl said that. So, partway through the year, this 8th grade realized their mission. They're supposed to be leaders of the school. They became more nimble. They became more flexible. They became ready to take on new challenges. They took over part of their leadership in the student council, did amazing things that has never happened in the school. The green team really moved for the first time in a long time, and we figured out a new way to celebrate Shabbat in my class. It's called the Macarena. So we came up with all kinds of innovative ways to deal with this year. I have learned, in fact, so much from these students that they've made me a better teacher. I've become more flexible. King Solomon said in Proverbs, "A righteous person falls down 7 times and then gets up." The secret to success is not completing. It's making it through the difficulties. That is a sign of success. That is a sign of resilience. And that is this 8th grade. They get up, and as long as you get up more times than you're falling down, you're okay. So, I can't think of a better group to be stuck in the wilderness with. We had such a great journey. And here we are at the end. And we're all bonded. We all have a great brit with one another, and we're going to celebrate our successes today and tonight. So, here we go. I'm going to now introduce my very, very dear colleagues who are also advisors. And that would be Mr. Seymour and Miss Daniels. That applause just happens wherever I go. It's not like there's people. Oh, sorry.
Well, good morning, 8th grade and everyone in the community. I'm going to pick up on Mr. Emmanuel's word journey and also share a quote with you. And so for me personally, it's been a great 3 years of middle school science with all of you. That journey has been wonderful, and it has proven to me that it really is true that time flies when you're having fun. And I want to speak about one other journey today that has been in our science classes for the last couple of weeks that you'll be familiar with. And I'll tell people here in the Zoom meeting about this story, and that's the story of a little spacecraft called Voyager. And Voyager, as we learned in science, was launched in 1977 in order to study the outer planets. And interestingly, it also had a message on it, which was created by scientists who realized that this spacecraft was going to leave the solar system and go out into space forever. So they created a message from humanity that had pictures of Earth and sounds from Earth, greetings in dozens of languages, and also music. A really wonderful message about humanity again. And like this 8th grade class, the spacecraft, when it left Earth, had a lot of good journeys ahead of it. But one other thing came to mind that I think is important for all of us to think about, and that is that an astronomer named Carl Sagan wanted to turn the spacecraft so that it could take a picture of Earth before it headed for the outer planets. And he wanted this picture for a reason that I'll read to you now, this quote that he said when he looked at this tiny, tiny blue dot, which was in an image that was taken from about 4 billion miles away, if you can believe that. He said, "To me, the picture underscores our responsibility to deal more kindly with one another and to preserve and cherish this small blue dot, the only home we've ever known." And so 8th grade, as you leave your Brandeis home for your next journey or sets of journeys, we, your teachers, know that you are people who are going to create really positive change in the world. I know that from the team projects that you all worked on so well together with, or doing the recycling, which was incredible this year, or being out at the creek to clean up on Earth Day. You've all shown that you are really going to bring wonderful things to society as you move on. So may you be blessed on your journey and have fun, keep learning, take care of your planet, and please come back to visit because I'm going to miss you. And now I'm going to go and cry. Well, not really, but maybe later.
Okay, good. I'll be with you.
Hi, I'm Molly Daniels, Ms. D. So I'm going to pick up, I guess, already on a couple of themes that have been mentioned. So some of you who are in my advisory know that every couple of months you ask me, so who is your favorite 8th grade class? Last year's class or this year's class? And my response has always been, as anyone who's a parent of siblings knows, trying to make a balance between letting you guys know that you have kind of lived in the shadow of a golden class, right? Everyone knew that the class coming up before you had all of these wonderful things, and that there was maybe this underdog quality. And when I shared that with you, David Flores said, well, Ms. D, everyone knows those are the best stories. The one about the underdog, the one about maybe the protagonist who is a little unformed, who might have maybe a couple of those character assets, character defects that make you endearing, right? And what happens at the beginning of a hero's journey is always either they launch on out of their regular routine, or someone or something comes in to uproot their regular routine. In your case, it uprooted the entire world, and that was COVID. In the middle of your 7th grade year, you all went home. When you returned to campus, you were 8th graders, but you were different. And when you are leaving now, you are nearly 9th graders, but you are different. We love to say that we know what it's like to be you, that we know what things are like because we've been teenagers. Adults love to say that. But the fact of the matter is that we have never walked where you have walked. We have never done what you have done. The amount that you have given up, the amount that you have walked through, and the amount of strength that you have gained is unparalleled. We don't know what it's like to be you, but you each know what it's like to have been where you have been. When you come to the end of the hero's journey, we tend to say something like, the end, or happily ever after. But the fact of the matter is that the entire world has spent about 14 months holding its breath, and now that we're finally emerging into what? To quote Buffy the Vampire Slayer's musical episode, where do we go from here? Sometimes when we're about to go on vacation, we've been running, we get on vacation, we get there, and we fall sick. Because everything that has been holding us together, everything that we've been doing to hold ourselves together, when we're finally allowed to release, it all catches up to us. And I want you all to know that the only people who understand what you're going through are one another. So I'm going to invite you to reach out to one another during this time of opening up, during this time of closure for us, but it's not closure for you. So if you feel that you want to reach out to someone and say, hey, I haven't heard from you in a while, please do. If you're receiving that text that says, hey, I just wanted to reach out, say hi back. It's one of the hardest things to do, especially when your first impulse is to hold tight and not reach out and say, I just need to take care of myself right now. Your connections with each other are going to be what get you through the end of this chapter, the end of this journey, because the hero's journey for you is not one book. It's a series. So mazel tov to you for making us better people by watching you. And remember, oatmeal is a great second breakfast.
Wow. Follow that, kids.
So this is our kava note to the kindergartners, and I think what I was just gonna say is that I remember kindergarten to be an amazing year, with like tons of fun, playing with my friends all day. And while first grade is a bit different, it's still amazing and a ton of fun. So, yeah.
I hope you all had a great year in kindergarten. I hope you guys have an amazing summer and are excited for first grade, because first grade is a lot of fun. I hope you learn a lot of new things and enjoy spending time with your friends.
I remember my first year at Brandeis. Although I didn't start in kindergarten like you all, it was still amazing. I remember making new friends and learning new things. But what was even better than starting here was growing here. I'm so happy you all get to spend your time at this school.
Modani, page 4.
Amud Arba.
Yeah. Dr. Koa, thank you.
Just to update everyone, we'll be coming and leading Tefillah now, and the Kavanot are going to be to honor each of the grades as they say goodbye. So they just say goodbye and give an honor, a blessing, a memory to the kindergarten, and we're going to go through the grades. So each grade, listen up, it's for you.
Okay, so in first grade, there's a lot of things happening on, but make sure to take chances and make mistakes, but make sure not to take it so far. It's important to spread out and learn many things, but also enjoy it.
Okay. This is for first grade. First grade is an amazing time in your life. Don't try so hard to grow up. Take a look at things. And Matovu, page 12.
16.
It's 12. It's 12.
Oh, okay.
Sure, it's 12. Pastor Koa.
This is for the second grade. I've had so much fun spending time with all of you this year. I remember when I was in second grade, I had such a great year. I met some of my closest friends and learned so much. Now you are all going into third grade. So exciting. Remember that it's okay to make mistakes and have so much fun.
Although I wasn't at Brandeis in the second grade, I remember it being the most fun I had in elementary school. Remember to have lots of fun and cherish all the little moments, because before you know it, you'll be heading into middle school. And don't be scared to move on and make mistakes as well.
I remember that second grade was an eye-opening year. There were so many new topics and new classes that I was learning, and it seemed a little bit overwhelming. But as a word of advice, just remember that if you ever feel stressed at all, or feel like there's a weight on your back, your teachers are amazing. They are there for you. And just don't be afraid to go to them asking for help.
Amen.
Hallelujah. Page 28. Amud 28.
Third graders, I hope you had an amazing year this year, despite the unprecedented times. I hope next year you learn new things, make new friends, and overall have fun. I remember joining in fourth grade, and the projects and everything we learned was so fun. Enjoy it.
I hope you all had an amazing third grade year. I know I did. Your class is so lucky to have Jeff as your teacher. Now you're moving on to the fourth grade, and you're making so many new memories and gonna have so much fun.
Dear third grade, I sincerely wish you had a splendid third grade year, and I hope that the positivity of that year continues and brings you through obstacles and challenges in fourth grade.
Laura Hill.
Page 36.
Amud Shloshim V'Shesh.
Please rise.
You guys do the first bow, we do the second.
Am I awake? Am I prepared? Are you listening to my prayer? Can you hear my voice? Will you understand? Am I awake? Am I prepared?
Everyone! Thank you.
Dear fourth graders and future fifth graders, I hope you had a great fourth grade year. Next year you will be fifth graders. Fifth grade is an exciting year. It is your last year of lower school, and there you are the leaders. In fifth grade you will get to complete many fun projects, and it will be your first year upstairs with the middle school. Take the opportunity to become closer with your classmates as you go into your last year of elementary school. Have a great summer and enjoy the rest of your time at this amazing school, which you are so lucky to be a part of.
I remember in 4th grade, the Goldrush trip was so fun. And some advice to the upcoming 5th graders, always have a good attitude in everything that you do.
Shema, page 46, 47.
עמוד 46 ו-47.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Ve'ahavta es Adonai Elohecha, b'chol levavcha, u'b'chol nafshecha, u'b'chol me'odecha, ve'hayu hadvarim ha'eleh, asher Anochi Metzavcha hayom al levanecha, v'shinantam levanecha, v'dibarta bam, v'shitecha b'beitecha, u'v'techa b'derech, u'v'shokbecha u'v'kumecha, u'v'shertam leot al yadecha, v'hayu letotafot b'neinecha, u'ktavtam al mezuzot beitecha, u'visharecha.
5th grade was such an exciting year. You got to do so many fun and exciting projects. But it is also the transition between lower school and middle school. 6th grade will be so much fun with projects and friends. Don't stress and have fun.
Dear 5th graders, welcome to middle school. You're going to be tired, you're going to wish you were still in elementary school sometimes. But just remember to do your homework and stay out of trouble. Don't worry about how people feel about you, because it doesn't matter. Don't be afraid to act or dress differently. That grade on the test doesn't define you. I've walked these halls for 2 years, so take care of it for me. It's a second home. Above all, cherish these years, because in a blink of an eye, they are over.
5th graders, you have an exciting time ahead of you. At the beginning of 6th grade, it feels like you have so much time in front of you, but it goes by so fast. In no time, you'll be on your stage for graduation. So in that time, yeah, I know from experience. So in that time, remember to cherish your friendships and take all the opportunities you can. They always pay off. And like Miss D said, make sure to reach out to each other because you have a good group there, 5th grade.
Amen.
And Miha Mocha, page 52.
עמוד 52.
Let's go.
So, this is to the 6th graders. I remember 6th grade very vividly. The projects, the people, and the memories. It all feels like it was so recent. If I could give you 2 pieces of advice, it would be, 1, I know it's hard, but really try not to care what other people think because that will just waste your time. Pursue the interests that make you happy and not just what everyone else is doing. If you choose to embrace who you really are, at the end of the day, you'll enjoy your time so much more. And 2, make sure to appreciate your classmates and your teachers and enjoy your middle school time. I know that it really does sound like a cliche line, but it just goes by really quickly, so appreciate it.
The best time of school for me was the 7th grade because of all the fun projects we got to do. My advice for the future 7th graders is to think less about the little details and about the bigger picture.
6th grade is full of fun projects and essays. One of my favorites is getting to build a bridge in science class. My partners and I spent days going through trial and error trying to build the perfect bridge. Although it was not perfect, it worked.
Amidah, page 56, Amud 56. Now la'amod, and please rise. Adonai שפתה תפתח ופיה ייתן תהילתך. Oh Lord, open up my lips and my mouth may declare your glory. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel v'Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'koneh Hakol, V'zocher Chasdei Avot v'Imaot, U'mevii Goel Livnei B'neihem, L'ma'an Shemo V'Ahava, Melech Ozer Mashiach Magen. Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham Avokei Tzara, Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechayim Eitiv Atah, Rav Hoshia, Mechakel Chaim B'Chesed, Mechayim Eitim B'Rachamim Rabim, Tzomach Noflim V'Rofech Olim, U'Matir Asurim, U'Mechayem Emunato, L'Shanei Afar, L'Chamocha B'Gevurot, U'Mito Melach, Melech Memit U'Mechayem, U'Matzmiach Yeshua, V'Neman Atah L'Chayot Yetim, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayei HaMetim, Kadosh, 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 Adonai Tzvaot, Melokol Haaretz Kivoto, Baruch Kavod Adonai Mimkomo, Yimloch Adonai Le'olam, Elohai Zion, V'dor v'dor, Hallelujah.
Thank you for leading. Extra special thank you there, all three of you. But Izzy, she has been leading the Amidah almost all year and is really like our Amidah master. So amazing work, everyone. And Izzy, thanks for all the help this year.
Class of 2021. I'm so happy to be standing in front of you today. I have written something. It is almost exactly 90 seconds, so I want to let you know it can be done. Graduation speech, Jeff. It has been my pleasure to get to know you and teach you these past 3 years. Most recently, in working with you on your graduation speeches, I've been touched by your ability to reflect on a year in which so much has been taken from you. So many challenges confronted you. You've emerged from this year a bit bruised, but better for your troubles. You're stronger, more resilient. You know that bad things can happen. There can be loss. But in these moments, you've held on to what's important. What impresses me most about this class is how much you take care of one another, advocate for one another, hold one another accountable, and learn from one another. You've also made deep and lasting connections with your teachers. That's fairly obvious, but you've even taken the time to get to know the administrators in a way few classes have. You demonstrate a real joy in the learning process and a true connection to the material. Your service to and engagement in and out of the classroom will have an impact on your school community for years to come. You've set the bar high. You'll be a tough act to follow. In the years to come, I hope you can fill in some of the missing holes from your 8th grade experience. I hope you get to travel to faraway places. I hope you get to see a lot of live theater. And I dearly hope you get to experience these things with people who share your joy. But I also hope you'll take Brandeis with you wherever you go. That spirit, that energy, that confidence in who you are and what you believe. And come back to us. Show us your trophies and your scars, what you've been through, how you've changed, and how you've stayed enduringly the same. So I won't say goodbye, but I will say Mazal Tov and so long to the great class of 2021.
Now we have one final thing to say. On behalf of the 8th grade, we would like to thank all the teachers for their incredible hard work, especially this year.
You all went above and beyond teaching us on Zoom, in person, and sometimes both.
You transitioned us in and out of distance learning with such ease, and your flexibility amazes us.
We admire how well you were able to keep us all connected and learning, especially at the beginning of quarantine.
You always know how to help us find the silver linings in every situation, along with helping us when we are feeling stressed or overwhelmed.
Each and every one of you have taught us so much throughout our experiences at Brandeis, and I know we speak for the class when we say we're going to miss you so much next year.
We promise to come visit anytime we can.
Thank you for all you have done for our grade.
We are forever grateful.
Thank you. All right, let's do it. Everyone, Oseh Shalom.
Wait, can we turn the...
Yeah, I'm going to turn it around. All right. All right, everybody, we're ready for this.
Seventh grade. 8th grade is going to be the last and one of the best years of Brandeis. Although it might be stressful figuring out where you want to go next year, my wish to you is that you make sure to savor it because it goes by so fast. Get closer with your grade and overall enjoy it.
8th grade is such an amazing year. Although it can seem overwhelming with high school applications or sad because it's your last year, it is so fun, and being the leaders of the school is pretty cool too. Enjoy every moment of it and be proud of how far you've come. Hak Tikva, page 107.
Amud Mea V'Sheva. V'Vakasha Amud. Please rise.
So 8th grade and all of Brandeis,
I have the distinct pleasure of getting to do what we call the outro, the exiting of our service. And I want to, just like you all shared with the grades before you, your memories or your advice from going into that grade, I want to share with you a thought for you to take with you as you go into 9th grade. Because I actually do remember going from 8th grade to 9th grade, and I wish somebody had told me this. So last year, we studied in the Tzedakah program the mitzvot that could guide you to lead a more ethical and a more moral life. And we discovered that you don't need to be Jewish to follow the mitzvot, and you don't even need to know what the mitzvot are to lead a good life. We also discovered that there were many connections between the mitzvot, and actually you could link them together, and that could help guide your life and the decisions that you make in your life. And I want to remind you of one mitzvah. It's sort of what I consider the mitzvah of all mitzvahs. And it's the one that I think links everything together. And that is the mitzvah of B'Tselem Elohim, being created in God's image. And you don't need to believe in God to understand that each one of us is unique, and yet we are all the same. You saw that last year as you walked through the Tenderloin and you served lunch to the homeless people who lived there. You saw that each one of them eating lunch was unique, and yet they're all the same as we are. And this year, when Shai took us through virtual Israel, we had a chance to meet with Israelis from all over the map in Israel. We met with Muslims, Christians, Jews, Orthodox Jews. And then, for the first time ever, we got to meet a Palestinian from Bethlehem who shared his story and his life with us. And I hope it was apparent to you, as it was so much to me with the backdrop of the conflict going on, that they are all created in God's image. They are all B'Tselem Elohim. Each person is as unique as you are, and yet we are all the same. So I challenge you to take that idea with you when you go to high school. If you see each person that you meet, that they are created just like you, but they are unique with their own potentials and their own special nature, if you do this, I think that you'll go to create amazing relationships, to broaden your perspectives, and to make your mark on the world, which I know you will do. I know you're going to do that. So this was your tefillah, 8th grade, your last tefillah. It's also the last tefillah of this school year, and it's my last tefillah at Brandeis. And it marks, as you've all known, as everybody has noted, the end of a most unusual year. And it's a year that has presented us with challenges as well as opportunities. And I would be really remiss if I didn't bring in, sort of let us all know who's been working behind the tefillah, because I think that our school has demonstrated that when you meet challenges, the opportunities that spring up are amazing. So I want to do a very loud shout out, a very large appreciation to Mirav Alterman, Lisa Roberts, and you're going to be clapping a little more later, Jonathan Emmanuel, Ari, and Merav S., who's somewhere behind the computer. So we had to figure out, this team, how can you be apart in separate classrooms and still celebrate together? How can we pray but not sing out loud? And how can we celebrate while we're wearing masks and we have to be socially distant? Ari, you brought your music. Thank you. It's so beautiful. Amazing. Jonathan, your spirit. your wisdom, your humor. You're going to do great next year. Mirav Alterman, who is just down here. Mirav, with your creativity and your gentle nature and your love of Hebrew, you've really given us a chance to explore Hebrew in a way that we never got to explore before. And to Lisa Roberts, who's always behind the scene. And if anybody could imagine the amount of work that Lisa puts into Tefillah, you would be in awe. She creates every Tefillah on a slide and making sure everybody knows where we're supposed to go. Lisa, thank you. Thank you. And thank you for your music also. I'm still thinking of all your Hatikva, where we saw you like 6 different times. It was gorgeous. And finally, I want to really say thank you and really, I don't know how to say even more than thank you, to Mirav Steinberger. Mirav has been the force behind not only Tefillah this year, but so many of our celebrations and so many of the innovations that we've done at school. And Mirav, it's your ability to sort of sit down and think and move ahead with your partners that's created an amazing experience, not only for the team that you work with this year, but for all the students in the school. So thank you, thank you, thank you, wherever you are. In 8th grade, this is your Tefillah. You did a beautiful job. Thank you for sharing your memories. Thank you for sharing what you learned. And thank you for being you. It's been a crazy half of 7th grade year and 8th grade year. And I want to reiterate what Jen said about, I hope you have the opportunity to do all the things that we could have done this year. I hope you have the opportunity to do those things next year and the years beyond. So, mazel tov.
All right. So it's very hard to follow this emotional tefillah, but I have one last honor. On behalf of the Board of the Trustees and this entire community, I want to thank Dr. Sendoff and the entire faculty and staff for the Herculean and tireless efforts this year and what I consider holy work to deliver the incredible education you were able to deliver this year, overcoming tremendous hurdles, even ever-changing guidelines and conditions. And you know what? It paid off. Our school thrived this year. How many schools can say that? We added more and more students that were looking for a school that could navigate the storm well and provide excellent education. And the fruits of your work are still coming. We are looking to welcome even more kids to Brandeis next year. I am so, so grateful for everyone's hard work, but especially I am thankful for Peg Sandell, for your leadership and for guiding us during these times and for your friendship. It means the world to me and to our community. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yashar koach.
I'm not supposed to say anything. I was axed from the agenda today because I get to speak on.
You can say a word or two, Peg. It's fine.
I'm speechless. I'm in one of those moments where I don't have words. So let me just say thank you. You know, every single person who spoke today was an example and a testament to the resilience of this community that each one of us has in us to rise to challenges. And I hope that we all take that lesson with us. There will be more challenges. That is what is baked into life. But the power, the resilience, the resolve, the ability to stay together, to lend a helping hand, to see opportunity when there is challenge, that is resilience. And that is what each one of us, every student, every teacher, every parent, every trustee, every single person in this community demonstrated. And when we looked from side to side to the person next to us, we each grew strength. We grew stronger when we were weak. We grew happy when we were sad. We were inspired when we felt depleted, because we were able to look at each other, standing strong, staying resilient, getting creative, and putting one foot in front of the other. So even if you're one of those students today feeling like, I don't know, I'm not sure I can do it, you can, and you have. And I am profoundly grateful for this community. And it is the honor of a lifetime to be here with you all through it. Thank you.